What's up, everybody? Welcome to Classical Shred. Now, I figured let me see how many videos I can do in a day, so I can annoy you guys, so I can annoy YouTube. So, somebody made a comment about Tom. It wasn't a bad comment on what I said, but it made me think for a minute. And so did my good friend Pawn Shop Mike, which will get into the pattern that I'm going to attempt that he put in my head. So, I just got back from Home Depot. Look at that cut. Oh, yeah. All the way down. He said something about, you think Tom's just a good guitar player, you must have high standards. I never thought about that, but I guess if you're at a certain level, you tend to see people more in their technical aspect and their writing aspect. Now, I've never really heard Tom's songwriting skills as far as I've heard his tracks. His tracks are good, but I never heard him or anyone say, this is what Tom actually wrote for this artist, except for the stuff that he's doing with Guthrie Trapp. So in that respect, I don't know anything that he's actually written, but session-wise. But as a guitar player, coming from GIT and being on records myself and playing with some of the best players in the world, like Gambale and those guys. And I wish I could play with Alex Hutchings and Tom Quayle and those guys. I don't know what country they're from, but I would love to do something with those guys. But they, I never thought of it like that. Because if you're a beginner, Tom is an incredible guitar player. But if you're an incredible guitar player, say like a Steve Stevens, Tom is probably intermediate advanced. He doesn't do anything super technical. So it made me think about that. Interesting. So kudos to you, buddy. I don't know. I'd say your real name, so nothing disrespectfully. I don't know your name. But that was a cool comment. Because it made me think. So, my buddy Pawn Shop Mike said, hey, that string skipping thing you're doing, what if you put a pentatonic scale in there? I was like, that's kind of basic, but you could do, if you did it slow. I don't see why not. Then I started to think about it. I was like, he got me thinking too. What if I? Betancourt started it, but I string skip it all the way down. Not bad. Well, I almost lost what train of thought. Went back into what I do. Someone call me. Let's see who called. I swear to God, I get called so many times a day. So many times a day. Who call me? 772. I don't know you. The Man, I used to play that when I was a kid. Anyway. That could be really cool, Mr. Michael. Could be awesome. So, thank you to Pawn Shop Mike for giving me some more fucked up ideas in my head. If any of you guys get suggestions on licks that you would like me to try or to incorporate, like a pentatonic, and then I go. Feel free to ad lib. The more the merrier. I'll try. Let him try it. He's crazy. He'll try anything. Let Chris try it. Remember the old Mikey commercial? Let Mikey eat it. He'll try anything. So, like that. What was I doing? I don't even know what I was doing. So I just did that random. What it is that triad lick, but with the new note jump. Third string, first string. Third, one. See? I don't even know what to say anymore. I really don't. This has really affected my brain. I just start to see endless possibilities, and then when somebody gives me an idea or I see an idea, it's unlimited what you guys can do with this kind of stuff. So same like blues licks. There's so many things you can do with like chromatic. Just like in one area, you can sound like you're, I don't know, Steve Vai or Paul Gilbert, or I don't even know who the new guitar player gods are. Are there any new guitar player gods out there? But there's so much stuff you can do in certain areas. Now, again, speed and all that has an advantage. So, again, it's a matter of what you want to do with it, I guess. But I want to talk about the picking thing. I talk about this a lot. And somebody mentioned some Pebbler Brown. I watched one of his videos, but he talks about turning, I call it turning a key and shaking like an old man. You can go back farther away and look at some of my picking. I do a picking video while I'm driving my kid to school, and I talk about the old man shake. To go like this or move big movements is not a good thing when you're trying to pick everything. And the thing is, I limit it to this. So I try to shake my thumb with my first finger, as opposed to a bigger movement. But if you incorporate both, you can get some pretty good picking in there. My thumb actually moves. And it's very tight to the... And the other thing is, if you hold your pick like at an angle, as opposed to flat against the string, let me see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about. If you're holding it flat in between the string, let me see if I can do it without hitting. Flat in between the strings, there's a big distance to cover. But if you turn it, you have a small distance to cover. I can get to both strings quick, as opposed to this gap. For me, it's about minimalizing movement and being efficient. See, my thumb is pointed up and my hand goes up. My pick is angled. And I get this movement when I go down. I call it sweep picking, kinda, but it's really rotation. And I keep my thumb up on the pick, if you notice. Not tight down, it's up. And that creates angle. Now see when I hit the chord? My thumb is creating that rotation. It's this and this. See that round like this? But it's angled up. I keep my pick angled up. I hope that helps you guys out with some of the picking technique as well. So there you go. A little picking lesson on the way that I pick and how in my thought process between that. Kudos to Pawn Shop and the other gentleman for making me think about some things. It's good. See, this is what I like. I like interaction. Making me think. And I don't know the other gentleman, but Pawn Shop, he's not a highly skilled player, But you don't have to be to make a skilled player think. I don't know the other gentleman's ability. But there you go. There's another guy, Pawn Shop, who's a good guitar player. But he made me think of my approach. He actually made me think about what I'm doing. And that's amazing. This is how I learn as well. And kudos to that other gentleman about the Tom comment. I love it. I love it. I love it. Peace out. Another great video. Thank you for the interaction, because it helps me as well with content. The comment, Pebble Brown, whoever the gentleman was that talked about that, I talk about that all the time. And one of the things is, for me, I have to keep this into my finger joint, and my thumb goes like this. So keep that in mind. The pick angle makes it up, thumb up, pick up, down, down. So I'm using the motion of my wrist, but it's mostly this. But that'll give you less to get string as opposed to this big gap. Trick. Secret sauce. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed the video.